Zak Shepherd and Tom Cousins. Yeah, two very, very good players, two very, very good friends as well, Zak and Tom. They know each other very, very well. Welsh international teammates. Tom back on the table, knowing that he's in the box seat, really. So too is Zak, knowing that a win here really does put them in a very, very strong position indeed. The last match result being a draw actually helps these two if and only if they win this one. Both, of course, will set out with that goal. How close can you get?
Yeah, of course. I said there as we were analysing that previous match that, you know, we're expecting, you know, Tom to win this one. That's because of who Tom Cousins is and what he's done. But in one-off matches, it doesn't really play out that way. And if we're going just on the quality of performances tonight, Zak Shepherd has been the best player on the night comfortably so far for three matches. So he should feel really good about this match here. But probably more than anybody else, Zak knows how good Tom is, because obviously they're international teammates, but he's often here supporting Tom in big tournaments as well.
Yeah, they are really good mates off the table. They won't be mates on the table, though. It's not how it works.
A yellow on the right-hand side near the centre pocket looks really awkward. It's definitely awkward now. Hard to get to. I think he was playing on the one bottom left and maybe trying to get onto it, assuming it goes in the centre pocket. But if it doesn't go in the centre pocket, where's it going? It's really awkward. Might have to play the plant here, where he's eyeing it up. That means he can get onto it if it does go in the centre. We sure instantly dropped his shoulders, so that tells us it does go in the centre pocket, but he's not on it.
Yeah, he knew immediately.
Yeah. Himself back to it. Not going to be easy. Definitely not going to be easy now.
Yeah, he'll do well to get back to the table now.
What an opportunity here for Zak, not just to win this opening frame, but to do it on Tom's break and to do it on a Tom Cousins mistake. Set the tone for the match and continue what he's done so far tonight.
Yeah, terrific opportunity.
Go. It's just picking your route. Where's the 8 ball going? When are you going up for the 2 at the top of the table? Go for the 2 at the top of the table early. Do it now. Still works. He played on this one. I was trying to work out whether he was or he's trying to miss the yellow and go up the table. This is what he played on, is this red. Now this red gets you up the table. Yeah, nicely done. Really well worked out. Picked a good route here. So 2 reds at the top and then connect the one bottom left, gets you on the one middle of the bottom cushion, which gets you on the 8 balls. He's worked it all out. He's now just got to execute. like to get quite close to this. You don't want to be playing it from distance, just simply because it makes it easier just to control onto the next ball. You don't want to be playing it with pace or trying to do too much on it. In the end, chose not to get that close to it. But close enough that he's just dropping it in. Get a little bit closer to that one on the same line. You feel more confident about just getting the cue ball a few more rolls off the cushion, making the next shot a little bit easier. Now he's going to have to really dig at it. It's a fairly comfortable shot all the same. Great camera angle to see how much he's having to dig.
Well, Zak Shepherd knows this is a massive moment for him. This match has started as well as it could have. Tom Cousins' mistake duly punished. Here's Zak Shepherd. He's Welsh international. Is now in Stoke-on-Trent around the corner. New pro for 2025. Member of the World Team Shootout winning squad. Last year's World Championships. Used to pulling a clutch finish from somewhere when in Wales red.
He had a couple of moments in that shootout actually earlier on in the tournament, and then obviously they found a way and they ended up winning it. But then in the World Championships itself, he pulled out an unbelievable finish. I think that was in the quarterfinals, I think it might have been. It was absolutely outrageous how he ended up winning it. So sort of moments where he didn't handle the pressure and then moments where he really did. I guess that's sport for you. That's a good break from Zak and gets the layout here. Tricky-ish. Just those ones on the right-hand side, looking to see if they'd land a little bit better for him.
Extension.
A couple further yellows to the reds now. Assuming that yellow does pass to the top right corner, but the starter is not good on either colour set. He does have a yellow to the middle. So the yellow does pass the reds to top right, and there is room to land on it and then get back out. So we're in a situation here wherever yellow has a pocket. I think I like playing on both yellows near the cushions now. He might be doing that, or he might be working himself back to the one on the left-hand side. He's on the one top right.
Do you have to get this out of the way now?
Yeah, I was thinking he could have played on the one on the left-hand side and then with angle, and then slid across the table. And if he lands where he is now, with that yellow gone, you feel like he's one shot away from winning the frame. But he's gone this way round. It's sort of doing the same thing, but might not be as good on that yellow on the left-hand side, which is the way it's ended up. If he takes that yellow now on the left-hand side, he's got to force it a little bit more, or he's got to make sure he leaves a good angle on the one at the bottom of the table. I'm not saying this is, you know, a terrible route, and I'm not saying the way I'd have gone was better, but I feel like he's putting himself into a slightly bigger shot here, whereas the other way might have been a little bit more natural. But this only goes wrong if he leaves it straight, really.
Oh, used every single millimetre.
Yeah, and he's left it high enough. So actually he didn't have to move. He actually didn't have to move the cue ball too far. Actually made the way he's gone. Actually, you can see it now he's played it. Quite a nice way of going. Just make sure the 8 ball doesn't play blocker here and he's won the frame.
Yeah, there was probably an element where, you know, he wanted to pot it on the thicker side, shall we say. But I think he nicked a bit more than he intended there.
Yeah, I think, and the reason I was suggesting the other way around is that you were going to be playing that one, which was going to be the toughest shot of the finish, from a lot closer. The distance he left on it made that shot tough. Whereas if he leaves it nearer the centre pocket with a little bit of angle to slide back to the centre of the table, you're going to make it more times than you're going to miss it.
Well, he's here again. It's another very good finish. 2-0.
It's a statement start, isn't it, from Zak?
Certainly is. Statement group coming up next week as well. How about that? Josh Uhas, Aaron Davies, John Rowe and young Jaden Billingham. That is a group I am very, very excited for.
Yeah. Welcome to the pro ranks, Jaden. It's a good group though.
Absolutely. But it's also one with the absolute greatest respect to the three sort of established names there in the Ultimate Pool pro ranks in Aaron, John and Josh. That's a group that I don't think will harbour much fear for Jaden Billingham. He'll look at that and go, oh yeah, give me some of that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you'd probably think that if the group was Tom Cousins, Declan Brennan, do you know what I mean? He's got that sort of attitude about him. And I think, yeah, it's a presentable looking group if you're a young man on the search for an upset. And I hope John Rowe doesn't hunt me down for saying that, because he's much bigger than I am. It's Tom Cousins on the break, and breaks dry, and Zak Shepherd has a chance. It is TBC as to how good a chance this is, but it is a chance nevertheless to go 3-0 up in front of Tom Cousins.
I think this is a great chance for him. I really do. This red goes top right. He'd love to play on the red down the table rather than having to use the red at the top of the table. Looks like he's going to use the one at the top of the table. He had a little bit of angle there. I feel like he could have screwed that into the cushion and got the cue ball to the middle of the table and then been on one down the table. The reason I'm saying is that the red at the top of the table is your connection to the 8-ball. But every red goes, and it's tight connections, but you'd expect him to, if he gets one good positional shot into the bottom of the table, you'd expect him to get out. He's short. Or is he? This is the ball I thought he'd play on his first shot. I feel like he could have got there, I think. It's the red bottom left that's not the one on the cushion, the one that's more open. He actually would love to be just off straight the other way.
Yeah, if you're being picky.
He is on it. No, he wasn't. He had to turn it. He wasn't actually on it. You saw him play that with an awful lot of side.
All of a sudden, in comes the miss. Potentially a big moment in this match, and maybe even in this here night.
He's left Tom an angle to deal with the hardest yellow on the table straight away. Oh, but he misses it.
Yeah, made the pot but missed the cannon. That was almost the more important part of that shot.
He's going to keep digging though. As tough as this looks, he's going to play this off the red left centre and going to dig hard. Time left in the match, 2-0 down already.
Oh, good. Oh, I thought that was in. Alas, no.
Now play the match here. Zak, you're 2-0 up. The yellows aren't good, although be wary of the 3-ball plant left centre. But don't chase one. Unless you feel confident of making a finish, try and make a bigger mess here. Even if you lose this frame in the next 4 minutes, you're still in good shape. You've got the next break, and you've got control of the night. Yeah, I like that. Guarantee not to leave the 3-ball plant.
Darrell Whitworth watching on in the background there. Keeping an eye on one of his opponents still to play. He'll play Zak in his third and final match of the night.
Tom's trying to pot this left centre. Oh, so good.
Oh, how good is that? That's superb from Tom Cousins. And now can he get his shovel out and continue digging? How good, how clever.
Well, I was saying for Zak, make sure you don't leave the 3-ball plant, but he left him that shot instead. He could have done with being a bit tighter to the yellow, take that away, or on the cushion and take that away. But let's take nothing away from the fact that that was an excellent shot from Tom.
That wasn't half bad either.
Could have done without the extra cannon, because the yellow nearest the bottom left corner is not good as well. He would, I'm expecting him to try and get right behind it and play the combination.
He's got to play a really good shot here.
Well, if he gets straight on the one nearest the cue ball now... Oh, he's missed another one. And actually, he had an angle where he could have tried to develop that yellow. It's just... he'd have been moving it into an area where there's reds, which is why I thought he'd try and play for the combo, but he was going to try and move it. That could be huge right now.
Yeah, frustration for Tom Cousins. Couple more misses than we're used to seeing from TC. Of that, there's no mistake. Goodness me, what an opportunity for Zak Shepherd. What an opportunity. Just be wary of the match clock and shot clock here. Down to 15 seconds a shot. That transition can catch players out. But to your point earlier, made it a few times. Zak looks really calm and composed out there.
Got to play on the one on the cushion here. Leave the one left centre as your connection to the 8-ball. You don't really want to be playing the one on the cushion. A little jabby. Now, is he a little thin on this one? Because you can't leave it straight. You'd rather leave the cue ball on the cushion. But I think the cue ball might track a little bit too far across the table, which is why I was saying it was jabby.
A little bit of right hand.
But now he doesn't have the angle to get up the table. I don't think he can get on the 8-ball. That wasn't the bad shot. The bad shot was the one up the table.
Can he force this?
Oh, he could. He was okay. It was more room to pick the pocket than I first thought, which means it was okay. He didn't have to worry about getting too straight on the one on the left-hand side.
Have a listen to this scoreline with 3 minutes left. Zak Shepherd 3, Tom Cousins not a sausage.
Yeah, and this of course would eliminate Dom and Darrell as well. Right now, Zak Shepherd is a huge favourite for the night, and he was the 4th favourite when the night started.
Smiles for TC, but be frustrated at how this one's gone for sure. I think Zak called it right when he gave us his interview at the start of tonight. So he lined up another break, and he talked about how this is a brilliant opportunity for him. All the usual stuff, it's a great format for someone like him to come up and bloody the noses of a few of the more established players. But it's a pressure-off environment. If he comes in and he gets beat, well, he's sort of supposed to. So it's a good chance for him to have a feel of it and feel part of the night and go from there. And he's going to get the win here. Tom Cousins wanted to concede, I think. He played speed pull, or attempted to, and missed an absolute dolly into the top left that he simply wouldn't miss if he gave himself maybe even just a second longer on it. He was barely down on the shot, throws it into the jaw, can't quite believe what he's done. And Zak Shepherd has the chance to bagel Top Cat.
Who saw this scoreline coming? And Tom did the right thing in the end in not conceding, because Zak's earned the right here to torture him by running the clock down for the next 2 minutes while slowly going through a clearance that would win the match 4-0. This is as low pressure a visit to the table as you will get in a Champions League. Wasn't the best of shots. He hasn't got a good angle here. Not sure if he can get on the next yellow.
Yeah, no pressure, but I can guarantee you that Zak will be desperate to win this round. get the 4-0 win. He can hold that one over his mate for a while.
Yeah, that loose shot means that Tom will get back to the table. Let's try and speculate here. Tom makes the clearance and leaves 30 seconds. Golden break, reverse. Probably not on. Golden break, golden duck would have to be, wouldn't it? It's not going to happen. Let's be honest. It is not going to happen.
Well, he may leave a lot more than 30 seconds. That's all I'd say.
Yeah, well, if he can leave a minute, then a golden break leaves 45, doesn't it? Which certainly allows the reverse.
Yeah, he can play quick when he needs to, Tom Cousins.
Oh, Tom.
But not that quick.
And he is going to concede.
And now
this
he'll
time.
concede. Zak Shepherd beats his old buddy Tom Cousins by 4 frames to 0, and now has a match against Darrell Whitworth to qualify through to the next round of the Champions League. Absolute dreamland for him, but Tom can still stay alive. He must win his next match coming up against Cooney. Welcome back, everybody. Ultimate Pool Champions League live on your Monday nights. And we've got some drama. We've got an upset. Zak Shepherd is on the brink here of getting through this group, and he came in as the 4th favourite. He is now absolutely odds on to go through. How on earth has this happened?
Combination of factors, you feel. No doubt, we're 4 matches in. Everybody's played 2 matches. Zak's been the best player on the night. He fully deserves to be in the position he's in. He's played the best pool by a distance as well. You have to say that. Obviously, Tom's not quite fired, like we know from Tom. He's missed, 3 or 4 pots, and a couple at the end there where he was rushing. We're not really counting, well, we are counting those, but, you know, in terms of that didn't affect the match.
Yeah.
He was 3-0 down at that moment, but he missed a couple, missed one in the first frame, he missed one in the third frame. Opportunities that we're used to Tom taking out, and he didn't, so he's a little bit rusty for sure. Now he has to go and win his next match and hope that, you know, Zak doesn't win his or gets a result in his last match. A draw's enough for Zak to go through now. Of course, the other 2 players in Dom and Darrell already eliminated with that result we've just seen. So it's all in Zak's hands. He can forget about what's going on in this next match. Yes, it would be fantastic for him if Tom doesn't win it, because he's through with a match to spare. But he has to go away and just forget about all that, come back and try and get a draw or a win in his last match, and he's through.